Hello, everybody. This is Wolfang, Cincinnati, Ohio, October the 13th. Whew. I don't know, man. It's messed up. Anyway, I thought I'd share. I thought I'd share a little history about Friday the 13th. Now, I did a lot of looking on your superstitious beliefs, and they're all over the board. I mean, everywhere, from the horseshoe above your door to throwing the salt over your shoulder, or if you spill salt, the itchy palm, the knocking on wood. My cat just jumped. Anyway, let me read a little bit of this to you. It is kind of interesting. So it says Friday the 13th superstitions that carry on to this day. And it's kind of lengthy, but this part of it is the history I found interesting. Spooky season gets extra scary with the 13th of October falling on an unlucky Friday this year. According to the 13th day of the month falls on a Friday 1 to 3 times a year and already occurred in January of this year. Fear of Friday the 13th in October has been amplified in the past by a number of factors, including the Friday the 13th slasher movies. Of course, Friday the 13th, I think everybody thinks of that movie. However, superstitious revolving around the spooky date have actually been around for centuries. The number 13's history of discord can be traced back to the Norse myth about 12 gods having a dinner party in Valhalla. I guess I said that right. When Loki, the trickster god, who was not invited, showed up as the 13th guest. He exacted his revenge by enlisting I don't have no idea. The god of winter and darkness to shoot the god of war, Balder, with a mistletoe tipped arrow. Wow, never heard any of this. This is all new reading to me. I mean, I did go through it. The union of day and date has also been traced back to King Philip IV of France arresting hundreds of Knights Templar on Friday the 13th, October 1307. The Catholic Crusaders were apprehended under pressure from Pope Clement V over allegations that new recruits to the order were being forced to spit on the cross, deny Christ, and engage in homosexual acts during initiation ceremonies. They did some pretty fucked up shit back then. The claims, seemingly entirely without foundation, were a convenient pretext for Philip to persecute the wealthy order and waive debts he owed them following war with England. Charged with moral and financial corruption and worshiping false idols, often following confessions obtained under torture. Many of the knights were later burnt at the stake in Paris. Wow, the Knights of Templar too. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Friday the 13th, unluckiest, also has a biblical origin. According to Dr. Phil Stevens, a retired anthropology professor from SUNY at Buffalo, the professor cited the Last Supper, which occurred on a Thursday evening, and 13 people, including Jesus Christ, feasted at the table because Christ was betrayed by Judas and crucified on Good Friday. Historians like Dr. Stevens believe that Friday the 13th embodies misfortune. Dr. Stevens explained in USA Today, Friday the 13th, you get a double whammy. You get both of these elements coming together, the taboo against 13 and the crucifixion, which was on a Friday. For centuries, people have held superstitions regarding Friday the 13th, such as avoiding black cats, cracks on the sidewalk, or throwing a pinch of salt over your shoulder. The the superstitious revolving around black cats date back to the Middle Ages, when the felines were reportedly associated with witchcraft. In 1233, Pope Gregory IV issued a papal bull called Vox in Rama, in which the church declared that black cats were a vessel of the devil. According to historians, black cats were often used as a tool to discredit those threatening the church's power and legitimacy, often labeling them witches or heretics. So, I mean, it goes back quite a ways, and it's actually kind of interesting. Um, Anybody out there superstitious, leave a comment. But that's a little bit of history about Friday the 13th. And as I say, you can look it up yourself. But it's kind of a cool read. But there's a lot going on there with Friday the 13th, superstition, all that stuff going on. That's crazy. Anyway, this is Wolfgang. I hope everybody has a happy Friday the 13th. Blessed be, stay safe, and I'll chat with you all later. Bye.